Man, talk about rough.
Mr. Diddy.
Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, and breathe. Now, grab your glass with some water. Get your picture of that water. Get that picture of that water. Simply drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, live more than drink. Now here we go, fam. Now move your body and drink some water. Oh, now move your body and drink some water. Now move your body and drink some water. Fam, just move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, move, and drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, and drink. Now take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. Breathe, lift, move, toast. Now, just take your breath. Lift and move your body. Tilt your ancestors, break down. Oh, I didn't send out the black signal. All that was damn. Drink, 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 drink. Alright, family, we're running kind of late. Well, and actually, y'all know today was the day that I broke my fast. So I meant to get up at 12 midnight. I slept all the way through, got up, excuse me, ate me a little something, had me a little piece of the egg. Gonna get me some more in a second, and I'm about to jump it off. How you doing this morning, Sasha? Huh? All right, cool, family. Here we go. So, we got a few things in the news, but I want to send out this black signal because I had a nice little simple message, and I sit up here and I clicked it off. So I want to make sure I get the message out to the fam that's out there. That May, DT, Umoja, 617193. Next. Daily Toast. Time. And just put the link. Masha Mash.
Huh?
You got on lotion?
I'm about to put it on.
Do you know where that shea butter is? I just bought some shea butter. You know where that shea
It's
butter
in
is?
the closet.
It's in the closet.
Yeah.
Why is it in the closet?
Because Mommy told me to put
What
it
closet?
in the closet.
Upstairs in the closet? Thank you. Thank you. Daily toaster list. Boom. And we're sending it out. Alright, so here we go. So now, health drink for the day so that we can toast. But first, I got a few news articles. For those that may have forgotten, I just want to remind you, it was 4 years ago today that the Charleston church shooting happened. You know what I'm saying? We got to be on our toes. Never forget. Never forget. And you know, cause and you know, never forgetting. A lot of us ain't that big up on this forgiving all real quick. You know, some of y'all be forgiving like it's like they don't even have time to be like, I'm sorry. You be like, oh, we forgive you. We forgive you. Oh, we forgive you. Yeah, you gonna put that dress up on top of those, all right? Yeah. All right. So it was 4 years ago, Charleston shooting. All right. So everybody's talking about that When They See Us on Netflix. I haven't seen it. I don't know if I want to see it. Not that I don't doubt that it's good, but you know, family, let's keep it real. That shit is out there. And I don't want to expose myself to unnecessary trauma. I'm just, you know, I got enough shit going on. Police trying to clean it up. Is Netflix series about Central Park 5 case accurate? And I can't tell whether this police officer is black or white or what. But, you know, he's saying it's totally inaccurate. Yeah, they wasn't forced out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and the police come on talking like they be insulted when motherfuckers just be assuming that they beat the shit out somebody. I'm flabbergasted. You know, I just be waiting for words like that. I'm flabbergasted. How could you believe that the police force would... Come on, dog. You know, New York police in the late 80s? Come on, dog. Come on. Come on, man. Alright. So we have Tidy Movers for anybody looking to move. We got them on the thing. It's a great article on here about who was Hannibal. I got this from Afrographics.com. You need a t-shirt on. Your mom ain't give you no shirt? Huh? Find you a t-shirt. What's that right there? Get a t-shirt. You need... Okay, we need to do something about that. Who was Hannibal and should black men identify with him? Pretty good article. Virginia AG called for state to legalize marijuana, and you know, I posted up, I wonder how many ADOS are in prison for marijuana in Virginia. All states that legalize weed need to release all that are serving time for it, I believe, right? And I also got something else on here. And also guarantee that a percentage of the businesses that are licensed to sell the products be ADOS owned. The percentage should equal the population of the ADOS in the state, city, and counties. So what I mean is, whatever percentage we are of a state is how much we should own of that business. And same thing with the city, same thing in the county, right? So there will have to be some roadblocks knocked down so that some brothers get it, because a lot of us can't get it now. AJ Alexander on here say, who should care how many ADOS are in prison for marijuana in Virginia? True, all states that legalize weed need to release all ADOS that are serving. Read more. AJ Alexander, let's see what he's talking about. Alright. Who should care how many ADOS are in prison for marijuana in Virginia? Question. True, all states that legalize weed need to release all ADOS that are serving time for possession of marijuana, but ADOS legal professionals are not activated. Until black capitalism can gain a hold on black consumer, there is nobody who can guarantee that a percentage of the business that are licensed to sell the product be ADOS. That's not true. AJ Alexander, please call into the show on Kuji or Ujama, and let's have a discussion, because there is something that can guarantee that, and that's called government, right? That's what they are supposed to do. They're supposed to maintain those guarantees and protect those guarantees. You know what I'm saying? So come on, dog. Can you guess what? Oh, here we go. Mayor sick by video of police encounter with young people. I think that was in Arizona. Y'all know that one. I think that. Oh, and we got O'Rourke. White Americans don't know full story of slavery. APnews.com. O'Rourke. I think he's running for president. Talking about how a lot of people don't know. And smokescreen. Trump blames Iran for tanker attacks but calls for talks. Part of the whole piece, we got several different angles coming where people are going to try to derail the whole ADOS reparations call, family. And we got to be very concerned about it. We got to be vigilant. Not even because vigilant. You know what I'm saying? War. Finally, if we can't get y'all to shut up, we'll start a war. And how dare you talk about reparations when a whole country is in jeopardy? Come on, man. Y'all did that shit already. Democrats favor more access to capital for black business. And then it's crazy how those headlines start off with black, but then as you get into the article, it fades into people of color. Which, start off with that, I'm cool. You start off with that. I know where you at. Don't pull me in with the black shit and then all of a sudden be talking about everybody. We ain't on that. We done with that for now. Babe Ruth. Okay, what does this say about the wealth of America when a jersey sells for this much? How many of us would it take to buy this shirt? Babe Ruth road jersey sells at auction for $5.64 million. I did the math, family. So I estimate around 3,000 black families it would take to buy that jersey. 3,000. Now, the actual number, according to the numbers, right, of the median wealth. You know what I'm saying? Not income, because we could buy most of we get enough income, wealth. I'm talking about wealth, right? It would take about 3,000. But the actual number with the numbers would be 3,294 people. It would take 3,294 families to afford that jersey. 3,294. I'm just going to leave it at that. But I just say 3,000 because, we got a few unicorns. We got a few outliers, mixed in the group. So we probably could make it happen, Some of us are extremely lucky. All right, so this is my health drink for the day. This is A sea moss. Dang, what's all that? This is a sea moss, blueberry. Man, that's a lot of water. Hope that's water. This is a sea moss, blueberry, strawberry, banana drink. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna toast with this. So let's just do this toast, family. First, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We lift up our glass, we salute that Creator, and we say, Ashe. Thank you, Sasha March. From there, Gina G. Gina, what you doing? You heard me. Well, what are you doing? Excuse me, real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. You better walk light. You got on lotion?
Yes.
Okay, you got on your clothes?
Yes.
All right. You brush your teeth?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, I did.
All right. We lift up our glass, we salute our ancestors, and call on our ancestors. So let's get it started. All right, go ahead. You go. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert, Texas, Davis, Herman Brown, C. Rosalie, Tilly, Jordan, William Walter, Chris Pendergast, and Eileen, Uncle Chris, I'm Fiend, Cleveland, Janine Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pittman, Normal X, Sapet Mont, Rob, Malika Pacour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Coach Kamau, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ageni, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Upper Broad Pro Actor Jr., Jay Edwards, Carl Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Willis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulliam, Lutzer Brother, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Carol Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Kitty Justice, Derek Grindelman, Virginia Rogers, Ron James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mayor Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sir Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melville Hodges, Melville Hodges Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clayburg, B.D. Sale Weller, Vita Farmer, Augusto Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Dillis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury, Sr., Linda Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Barry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keach Larice, Linda Watson Hammonds, Zero Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Sullivan Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sergeant Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mae Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quails, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Dorito Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatat Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Ellen O'Hara, Frank Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Bina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dillamon Aries, Gina Rook Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigella Perez, Elder Pasiji Fanani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Denise Waters, DePretis Hines, Inez Bostic, Anna Bostic, Winter Priest, Scott Bell, Wilson Haley, Elmer Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Pertup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Eda Cadney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Neilon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensenball, Hazel Gaston, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word, the First, Stacy Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkerson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavers, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Roy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eulin Andrew Baker, Patricia and Emma Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Brennan, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch as Senior, Mally Miller, Housey Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, President Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Lily Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ada Casey, Thomas Cooper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Frances, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford, Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Ms. Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earlington Houston, Led Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Mauro Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Irvin, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robert Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ryan McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Shad Easley, Javale McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lourdes Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Coper, George Swan, and Monia Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles A. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Ellis McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. On to Joella Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, also Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Emmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Todd, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac, Kunda, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacy Trice, Denise Gore, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khaled Isan, Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gantz, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruth Elaine Johnson, Teresa Sambu, and Aunt Maxine. We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move to the present moment. We are on the moment of Umoja. Activate the reticular formations. Go out there and seek Moja. Hashtag Umoja found, hashtag Umoja in action. We lift up our glass to this moment. We're going to track it down. For those that don't know what Umoja means, Umoja is unity. Truth is the monadic principle of the day. Violet is the color. I was able to find the shirt. Mentalism is the Hermetic law. Male name for the day is Kwojo. Female name is Ajua. We lift our glass for this moment and we say Ashe. From there, family, we move on to our children, our children's children, on to infinity, and we toast them and we say Ashe. We toast all of our relations and we say Ashe. And we lift up our glass for that selfish toast. This is for you. What is it that you need right now in this moment to move towards your greatness? We lift it up and we toast and we say, Ashe. Last but not least, I toast the greatest person in the room, the most marvelous, ingenious being that's floating in this room right now. And you know what that is? That's you. I lift up my glass to you and I salute you and we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Drink so thick it would stop that glass from clinking. Of course you know this guy Ambrose in it, right? All right, family, I'm out. Y'all have a great morning.